Konbanwa and good evening. I was feeling a little party today. Oh, actually, there's a lot of stuff that I've been playing recently. Well, not a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff that I've started streaming. It's kind of hard to decide what I want to do, but I decided to do some drawing today. I've been doing a lot of drawing recently, actually, which is nice. I'm getting back into it. I have no idea what to draw, but I was looking through my sketchbook of all the sketches that I used to do, and recently I've been posting a lot of stuff on Twitter and just getting back into it. So just wanted to do a little bit more drawing. I have no idea what to draw though. Every time I open up the sketchbook, I just stare blankly at the page and wonder, what am I doing? What do I want to do? And that's no different today, because I got a couple of new pens here. New pencils for some sketching. Oh, that looks kind of nice. Also this other one. These are nice. I think I might go with this one for today. So I was thinking today what I wanted to do, because I recently started a playthrough of Dead Space. So that's something I want to do. I have my playthrough for my Pokemon Nuzlocke, which I made it all the way to the Elite Four, and I wiped on the third Elite Four, so now I have to go back to the beginning and do that. I have my Monster Hunter playthroughs, which I want to continue, and I really shouldn't be starting anything else. So I have Pokemon, I have Dead Space, I have Monster Hunter, and then I also have drawing, which I've been doing quite a bit of recently. So all of this stuff, I haven't set up a schedule for when I'm doing what. I'm just doing whatever I want. This is just a neat little hobby. Making stuff, putting stuff out, creating things. So I'm just kicking back, doing whatever I want. So today, I just wanted to chill, do some drawing. I'm listening to the lo-fi playlist again. I forgot to take notes of which songs I really liked last time. So I'm trying to listen through it again, see if I can find those songs, and I'll add them to another playlist later. There's also the hi-fi playlist that I want to check out. But last time I was putting myself to sleep because I was way too chill. So if I start falling asleep, I'm going to be listening to YouTube while I play this music for the stream. Let's see. I want to sketch a different color. I have different colored leads in my pencil, my actual physical pencil, that I don't know what it is, but just changing the color of the lead in my pencil kind of makes drawing fresh. Like changing your medium gives you a different feeling when you're drawing. Just changing the lead of my pencil has done quite a bit for just making drawing feel different. So right now I'm just doing some warm-up exercises because, like I said, I have no idea what I want to draw. Just warming up the arm with some circles, drawing from the shoulder rather than from the wrist. Delete all these. I'm not gonna keep all these. Nice circles, keep them consistent, different sizes. Have some control. Well, that's one of the things that I lack, especially in digital art, is consistent control. I will do a lot of like feathered lines, and I'll like just do things like this. Sometimes you want that. Maybe not all the time, but having a nice consistent line is important. Confident lines, or so I hear. Nice, even, consistent. See, like there. Gotta draw sometimes with single lines, singles. Draw a box. Orientation. Right. What is this box? Just no. I think this is like almost a 3-point perspective box. You know what I want? I want a box from the top. Here. Ain't perfect, but they look like boxes. The way to make sure is to extend them to make sure all lines intersect at the same vanishing point, which they do not, but that's why we practice. I'm just messing around here. I actually really don't know what to draw. Came here to just kind of like doodle, but what do I draw? Okay, so On my way home, I was thinking about my Pokemon playthrough. And actually, one of my favorite Pokemon is Frostlass. Unfortunately, as an ice type, they're not very good. Let me look up a reference. And maybe you know what? I'll sketch a little Pokemon. I'll sketch some Pokemon. They're really cool. I always try to get one in each game that I play. And then they recently got a Mega Form in the new Pokemon game. Hey, how do I want to draw this? I'll just go with the generic pose here from Bulbapedia. This on top, that on the bottom. Trying out the new, not the new, but I hadn't been using studio mode or OBS. And boy, what an idiot I was. The last stream would have definitely helped. My Dead Space playthrough started off with me adjusting a whole bunch of stuff, and the game kind of like minimizes when it's clicked out of when it's tabbed out. I just kept getting like green screen set up all weird on my stream, but you live and you learn. I still kept it up as is, even though I was fidgeting a lot with settings and making sure it was running okay. I think it's still okay. I need to adjust the sounds later though. Let's see. Okay, so Frostlass, I really like Frostlass. It's a really cool Pokemon. The lore behind it is also pretty interesting. Based off of Yuki Onna, which Japan has a lot of really interesting monster and cryptid lore. I love cryptids, by the way. Back when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of Discovery Channel and Animal Planet, and for some reason, what you would think are reputable, scientific-based, factual channels or shows or companies, whatever they are, they would run like cryptid shows and alien shows and stuff like Finding Bigfoot and all those things, which was hilarious, like thinking back on it. But as a kid, I was like, oh yeah, these are cool. Never believed them, but as someone who's interested in like writing comics and a huge manga nerd, I always found the idea of like cryptids and monsters and aliens and stuff like that really cool. The lore potential and stuff like that. Her mask has some depth to it. I'll have to add this later. Third, like there. I'm trying to draw it at a bit of an angle, despite only having like a side profile. image as reference. A little bit more dynamic arms here. Things around a little too much. Yeah, cryptids are cool. I love them. American cryptids are weird. I guess really all cryptids are weird. One of the most famous ones that I can think of just off the top of my head is the chupacabra, which is like North American cryptid, but very much based out of Mexico. And being a Hispanic background, you just hear a lot of just like chupacabra this, chupacabra that. Even like on the Spanish news, you would hear reports and sightings and like, oh, they found evidence or whatever. It was always... Now that I'm thinking about it, I remember as a kid, it wasn't a chupacabra thing, it was a ghost thing where they were reporting on, and I think I got kind of spooked. And I turned off the TV, and I got in trouble because my parents and someone else was watching the TV, but I got spooked because of something, and I just like turned off the TV. And so that's a memory that just kind of like returned to me out of nowhere. But when it comes to like cryptids and stuff nowadays, like as an adult, I don't believe in them. I want to believe that meme. But like, man, what if a cryptid were real? What cryptid would I want to be real? I don't know. Some of them are like just kind of dangerous. Some of them are kind of silly. One of the ones that I find like just super silly is the Tsuchinoko, which is a Japanese cryptid, which is just a fat snake. It is a snake that is fat. Actually, hang on. What is a Tsuchinoko? Because I always just describe it as a fat snake. It's in Wikipedia. In Japanese folklore, the Tsuchinoko, literally translating to child of hammer. Interesting. Is a snake-like being. The name Tsuchinoko is prevalent in Western Japan, including Kansai and Shikoku. The creature is known as a bachi-hebi in northeastern Japan. So, here's a description. Tsuchinoko are described as being between 30 and 80 centimeters, so like 12 to 31 inches in length. Similar in appearance to a snake, but with a central girth that is much wider than its head and tail. So it's just like a snake with a narrow head and a narrow tail tip, and just the center is fat. It has fangs and venom similar to a viper. What the heck? They can... Well, according to some accounts, they can jump 1 meter or 3.3 feet in distance, followed immediately by a second jump while still in the air. Jinoko can double jump? They can double jump. According to legend, some Tsuchinoko have the ability to speak and a propensity for lying. And they are also said to have a taste for alcohol. Legend records that it will sometimes swallow its own tail so that it can roll like a wheel, similarly to the hoop snake of American legend. This one. I want this one to be real. So stupid. Oh, I love it. It's just like a fat little snake that can double jump, and it'll eat his own tail like an Ouroboros to roll like a wheel. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's awesome. All right, actually, hang on. Here's a list of cryptids, and let's do it by description or name. Let's do it alphabetically. I'll look at some of these in a bit. I should this is a drawing stream. I should be drawing as well. I'm fascinated by lore and stories from different countries. They offer a lot of inspiration for stories and the like. It's a little bit too much. Depth to the mask. My lines are not clean. I got some of the shapes down. And then cut here. Big, round, well here, bit of like a droopy eye. Like, and here is a little bit more difficult. Because part of the mask gets cut out here. Use. And it has ice horns. And this is such a cool Pokemon. Out of space. Hard angles on the arms. Maybe the claws or the fingers. This arm probably needs to be a little bit longer. Maybe. Not by much. Not careful. I accidentally activate the eraser and it sticks. Fingers actually should be a little bit smaller over here. The sleeve to be there. Hang on, I gotta. Friend of mine has requested that I let them know whenever I'm streaming. It is kind of embarrassing to let people know. I actually posted it on Twitter for the first time ever. But what was I talking about? Cryptids. So the Tsuchinoko is one of my favorite ones just because how silly it is. Let me see. There's a long list of cryptids over here. Should I draw a cryptid? Should I draw like a monster girl cryptid? Oops. There we go. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm just here drawing. I named the stream White Paper Syndrome because That's often what I get. I'll open my sketchbook, I'll open up a canvas on my iPad, and I just stare blankly at it because I have no idea what to draw. I have then not only that, like I've mentioned before, apparently I'm a perfectionist. But not the good kind of perfectionist that does things perfectly. I'm the kind that wants to do things perfectly before I even start them. But in my own fear and hesitation of wanting to do something perfectly, I do nothing at all. There's that. Bit. It's part of the mask. So let me narrow it down. Today I'll mostly be sketching. I don't think I'm going to render anything in detail. I still don't have the quite have the control on this display, on this pen tablet rather, to like really get my line work crispy. I can barely get my line work crispy on my iPad where I'm like drawing on a screen. So I think I need a bit of a thicker grip on my pen here. Cramps up my hand a little bit. This cut up here. A little bit of hatching for the depth. Hatching here. It's like lines going back this way. Little collar here. And the obi. Your sash. Take a little bit so I can get a better angle. There are certain angles at which the wrist moves more smoothly with more control. I really should play to those angles. Ribbon here. That's... Oops. Is there anything I have I can wrap around this grip right now? Maybe I'm also just holding it too tightly. I have been known to do that. I actually draw with a very, very heavy hand. Which I shouldn't. I should be drawing a lot lighter, but it is what it is. Eye here. It's up again. Actually, where's it? Chain. Here. Without these lines. Confident lines, I can always come back and erase them later. Ones. A bit more. These are like a bluish color. I'm just kind of shaded in all in one color. Like I said, I'm not looking to render right now. I'm just looking to do some sketching. Yes, like some... I think these are hexagonal patterns here. Not perfect, but with design along her obi. I don't know. Not bad. Not bad, I don't think. I wasn't entirely sure what I was gonna set out to draw first, but I don't know, I kind of like it. Frostlass is a cool Pokemon. What's her Japanese name? Kimenoko? Yuki. Nice. Cool. Oh, hang on. I wanna do it a little bit softer. Because she has like purple skin under the mask. I already shaded the blue like dark here. This is red, this is blue. Let me just add a little of this to contrast with the white of her mask and her sleeves. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. Frostlass, a really cool Pokemon. Okay, let's take a look at some of these cryptids though. Let's see. Pond animal from the Canary Islands. The Anguila peluda. Oh, Anguila peluda. That's Spanish. Hairy eel. The hairy eel. In Australia, an amphibious creature called the bunyip. Lurks in swamps, creeks, riverbeds. A picture here on Wikipedia looks like a big leopard or panther. Let's see, Pacific coast of North America. A sea animal called the Cadborosaurus, or caddy. Sea serpent. Sea serpents are very popular among cryptids. There's also champ or champy from Lake Champlain, North America. Lake monster. Classic, classic. Cryptid whales is something I have never heard of. Cryptid whales are cetaceans claimed to be... Cryptid whales are cetaceans claimed to exist by cryptozoologists on the basis of informal sightings, but not accepted by taxonomists as they lack formal descriptions of type specimens. So just like weird whales. Ireland, extra large otter-like carnivorous aquatic mammal. Oh, that is a word that I cannot say. Not because it's bad, it's just Irish. The waterhound or king otter. What is the IPA for this? Oh, that's a lot of symbols that I have no idea. I studied IPA and I have no idea what some of these sounds are. Oh. It looks like Dubhar Chu, like CHU with a little accent mark, but I know that's not it. Irish pronunciation is fascinating. Dorhu. Dalbhu. Dorhu. Is that how you say that? Dorhu. Well, I'm gonna go base off of that. Dorhu. Like a blind looking otter. The Loch Ness Monster, that one's very famous, known by many a people. Loveland frog is just a bipedal frog that's very large. Wow. So they're here on Wikipedia, they're separated by aquatic or semi-aquatic, followed by terrestrial, the chupacabra, goat sucker, we all know it, we all love it, the Dover demon, I know the Jersey Devil, that's the other one that I know, the Mongolian death worm. I think there's a song about the Mongolian death worm, like a parody song. Mandy bear, Queensland tiger, Bigfoot. Everyone loves Bigfoot. Can I draw like a stupid looking Bigfoot? What would I even do? I kind of want to draw him like with a silly face. I don't want. I'm not gonna draw him as big as our Frost last year. She's the main attraction, right? Bigfoot is an interesting one because people like love Bigfoot and like people go nuts arguing about whether or not Bigfoot is real. And then there's like claims of just sightings all over the place and I always just kind of like imagine Bigfoot as like some sort of big gorilla. Yeah, like I've seen so many like shows about Bigfoot where they're like, "Oh, he's so real." Then no, he's not real. Get out of here. And who knows? Maybe he's just like a really hairy guy who lives in the woods. Why they gotta do him like that? Why they gotta call him Bigfoot? Kind of rude. He's just over here living his best life. Being large and... Wait for me to quickly... I would like my pencil tool to be on here. I don't have to come all the way out here when I make a mistake. Oh, that is not the tool that I was using. He's over here just living his best life, and then they gotta come make fun of his feet. He'll never live down being named after his feet. Poor guy. Big hairy guy just minding his own business. Just kind of confused. Living off the grid, out of society. Living his best life. Being a big, hairy ape man. And they gotta do him like that. And, oh, your feet are so big. That's gonna be your whole personality. He's just a guy. Look at him. Just look at this guy. This came out way better than I thought it would. Oh. Whenever I see mutton chops this big, though, unfortunately, I always think of Rooflemonger. He's a fighting game content creator on YouTube, and he has the most muttoniest chops I've ever seen. Look at this guy. I love him. Oh, look at him. He's just a guy. He's just a dude. There's a bunch of ape cryptids. Wow. The Yeti is just this guy, but white fur. And there's flying ones. Mothman. Mothman is interesting. It's a big moth man. There's a statue of Mothman. Why is he shaped like that? There's a statue of Mothman. Where is it? Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Point Pleasant, West Virginia in the United States loves Mothman. And there's a statue. I'm going to look this up and confirm it. There's a Mothman statue. There's a Mothman statue. And it's the one in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. That people keep going to that statue and putting money in the statue's butt. There is no slot to put money in the butt. The statue is just kind of caked up. And people just put money in there. So, I wish I could give credit to whoever took this image. Actually, I'm not going to put it on. I don't think I'm... Oh, I accidentally closed it. I was going to put the image up on stream, but I don't know if I can put that. It's just like a metal statue butt with dollar bills shoved into it. And you know what? Maybe our Bigfoot is reacting to that. Because why? Why would you do that? Let's draw a moth. You know what? Let's we draw. Let's move these over. There we go. Give us some more space on our canvas. Let's see. What is Bigfoot called in Japanese? I should write his Japanese name too. Is it just Bigfoot? Yeah, it is. It is Big. What a guy. Look at him. I wanna draw a Mothman. Because so my friends and I have a stupid joke. I love moth memes. For anyone who's never looked up moth memes, they are so stupid. But I kept misquoting one whenever we played Lethal Company. Spare some lamp brother. And I have absolutely no way to describe moth memes verbally. They have to be experienced because they are so stupid. And I love them so. But yeah, Spare Some Lamp Brother is probably one of my favorite ones. Let's draw a little... How should we do this? Should I draw a cute little moth? Anthropomorphized moth? Or should I just draw the, like, demon spawn that a lot of these moths look like? Some of them are kind of cute. I will admit, there's some moths that are kind of cute. Some of them are just... having a rough day. Let's see, are there any cute moth? Cute moth. They're so fluffy. My friend hates moths. He doesn't appreciate moth memes. I gotta pay back my friend for dinner yesterday. Let me see. I'll do that right now, before I forget. I think I'm like 20 bucks. Was it 20 bucks? It was like 1,100. 500, that's 600 tax. I'll send them the straight 2,000. Alright. I sent them that money. Alright, time to keep looking for some moths. What do I want to do with this moth, though? Do I just want to straight up draw a Mothman? There's a lot of noise and sounds coming in from outside. I think there's some construction going on around my area. They're fixing up the streets. Oh, a streamer that I've been watching recently is streaming right now. Oh, they just started. The Yakuza series of video games is such a wacky series. I guess it's not called Yakuza anymore. I forget. I actually don't know what it's called now. But for like how serious like a lot of the moments take themselves and realistic it looks to be, it's a wacky as heck series. Although I don't think I can draw and listen to this stream at the same time. Their Japanese is really fast and it's not like standard Japanese. And I can't talk about cryptids while I listen to someone else talk. Alright. Let's draw ourselves a little Mothman. Again, what do I want to... How do I want to draw this? What do I want to do? Beats are real fresh. Actually, I haven't been listening too much, but they're nice and chill. There are a ton of cute moths. Mothman is usually just depicted as like a it's the shape of a winged creature, and it's just like it's either this, like a hunched over guy, red eyes, like this, and then he's got like oops. My tab mate has fallen asleep. Wake up. So this is the image on Wikipedia. A one-for-one recreation. Then it's just like it's drenched in shadow, and like with like red eyes. I've seen this depiction. And apparently I'm also seeing this one. Which is a sketch from some guy. Mine's too fat. The sketch I'm looking at is like much longer and slender. The duality of man, truly. Mothman. No, actually not that. Get these two little guys. We'll go ahead and shrink them up and put them here in the corner. Two little Mothman samples. And we'll go ahead and grab that. Mothman. Then we'll do an actual. Actual picture of something Mothman related. Let's see. Cute little moth. Where are you? Cute little moth. It looks so... There's this little moth. I don't know if it's real. But like a white little moth. It's so fuzzy. It looks so cozy. See if we can draw a little, maybe not a moth man, a moth lady. With like, antennas. They're like little hairs. I always have trouble at this angle with the cheek. I think that's pretty good here. Head. Oops. A lot of feathered lines. Shape right here. Antennas. to shift one of the eyes. Move it. Here. I'll need to play around with my menus a little bit. Here. A little. Here. Figure out exactly what sparkly eyes. This moth has like many feathered lines, getting a little muddled. I think I should have waited on the antenna a little bit. Poofy girl. Give her a little like poofy earmuffs. Little cowlick. Cowlicks are adorable. Bangs here, little eyebrows. else? There's some lamp, brother. Cute little lamp. Our cute little lamp girl. Our cute little moth girl here. Just in search of some lamp. Just want some lamp. It's adorable. There's some lamp. She's over here with Papa Moth. I'm claiming this Lord Papa and Big Brother. Big Bro Moth. This is the Mothman. They make sure cute little Moth-chan doesn't go too overboard with all the lamp. That's kind of cute. I'm not drawing full bodies though. Full bodies are hard. Moth-chan. I'm just checking my messages here on Discord. Oh, okay. I'm also checking my Twitter here. And the other day I read Twitter Premium at $100 a month, but no. Is it? No, but yeah, Premium is like 6,000 yen a month. Why? I would pay for this. Premium Plus is that? No ads. You can edit your posts. I would like to be able to edit my post. I make so many spelling mistakes before I realize and post it. It's like 1,000 yen a month. I don't need that. Actually, I haven't posted. So, I was doing this thing where I would try to draw on a post-it at least once a day. However, I haven't done that for the past few days. But the whole reason I started that was to try to motivate me, to motivate myself to draw more. And I've kind of been doing that already, so I don't feel super bad about not continuing that. I'll probably continue it at some point, but I've been doing a bunch of other stuff. I haven't uploaded anything to Pixiv in a long while. What else do we draw? What else? I'll mostly just keep it to this canvas for today. I don't want to overdo it. I've been drawing quite big, so a lot of things are filling up. Can I move Moth-chan down a little bit? Maybe move her up? Put her down here. Oh no, actually that cuts off the spare. We. All right, so we still have some space to work with here. What do we draw next? What other cryptids are there? I did not start today with just drawing cryptids or talking about cryptids. I was thinking of maybe drawing like some OCs that I haven't drawn in a while. 'Cause I have plenty of them, and I haven't sketched them out in a long time. This is what we do. We pivot and we talk about cryptids. Let's see. Let me look up some cryptids. A list of, actually, let's see. This Wikipedia article has Animalia paradoxa. What is that? Are the mythical, magical, or otherwise suspect animals mentioned in the first 5 editions of Carl Linnaeus' seminal work Systema Naturae under the header Paradoxa. Fearsome critters, North American folklore and American mythology. Fearsome critters were tall tail animals. Legendary creatures. Ooh, legendary creatures are also cool. Let's look up some more cryptids. Cryptids, because like mythical creatures, legendary creatures are cool, but they're slightly different to cryptids. I would say they're slightly different to cryptids. Okay, list of lake monsters. Should we do a lake monster? Maybe let's say a lake monster. What are some lake monsters? Listen by country. Argentina. Fox-headed aquatic snake. Oh. Oh, that's a name that I cannot pronounce. Guruvilu? Nahuelito? Oh, it's another... Man, so many countries have their own, like, Loch Ness monster. Bunyip from Australia. The Hawkesbury River monster. Oh, the Muljewang. What? Evil merfolk. Smock. Behemoth with the head of a deer or snake and the body of a seal. Grassy eel-like lake monster from North America. Igopogo. Some of these I've never even... to be fair, it's been a long time since I've looked up any cryptids. A lot of these I've never even heard of. Very rarely do you hear any of the big name cryptids. Anything outside of the big name cryptids. Champ, I've heard of Champ. King's Tie? Diablo Ballena, the devil whale. Oh, that sounds sick. Huge black fish bigger than a whale with the head of a bull. That's cool. Devil whale. Monster of Lake Tota. And that one's from Colombia. It reminds me of those fish from One Piece. At some point they like fight some like really aggressive bullfish. A gigantic hippopotamus with the horns. I'll keep that one in mind. Diablo Ballena, devil whales sounds really cool. Oh, the Tanibwa from Australia resembles a shark, dragon, or whale, or a shapeshifter that can appear like any of the... Okay, my question is, why does Australia need to make up any more creatures? Like, doesn't Australia already have enough, like, death animals to deal with? They don't need more. Okay. There's a lot of serpents. Sea serpents seem to be quite popular. Plesiosaurs are also quite popular. I like one of the descriptions on one of these. The Mukshil. Yeah, I'm going with that. That's what I'm going with. Scotland and Loch Marie. It just says physically identical to Nessie. It's just Nessie, just in a different place. It's Nessie with a mustache. Ooh, a water elemental that resembles an elf made completely of water. A wetlash from North America, United States. California specifically, really? I've never heard of that. An elf made completely out of water. Hairy eel pig. Okay, so far I'm liking the wetlash and the devil whale. Those sound super cool. Fishy man-goat humanoid. Torso with goat legs covered in white fur and scales. The heck is that? Lake Worth monster. That's a mishmash of stuff. Okay, this creature is kind of interesting. Zimbabwe, Nyami Nyami, Nyami Nyami. Dragon-like creature with the snake's torso and the head of a fish. That just sounds like a fish. Really, that just sounds like a fish. Oh man, that's so. Season 4, episode 3 of River Monsters reveals that the Nyami was inspired by the Vundu catfish, Southern Africa's largest fish. So it was just a big catfish. Oh, I didn't mean to make that pun. They got catfished, like actually. Well, I think let's see what wet lash look like. I guess I should elf made out of water. I'll just yeah, but it probably doesn't mean like those really pretty looking elves that you see in a lot of fiction. Probably like a little dank dinky elf, or like a Keebler elf. No, I'm a draw a pretty elf. That's what I want to draw. I want to draw a pretty elf. Maybe I might also draw a devil whale. We'll see. I don't have a lot of space here. Do I need these guys? I don't need these guys. Okay. Goodbye to the Mothman. They were here to prove a point that this is what we got for artistic renditions of the Mothman. So later, guys. But I want the space. As much as I love low effort memes, I guess we're kind of trying today. Then I'll move. Keep hitting. Let's be careful here. Move Moth-chan and her lamp down here. Squeeze her down a little bit just to... Put her there. Okay. And let's bring our pencil. This area to work with. I like drawing elf ears. They're very cute. Downturned elf ears, straight out elf ears, or pointed up elf ears. I haven't made a choice yet. But whenever I draw them, I always draw them like straight out. Magic eraser. So along the contour. Much fine. The head's a little weird. They're supposed to be looking slightly down. I haven't really got that portrayed very well, but body proportions are a little weird, actually. Cage. Stomach. Waist tip. Here. I think I can raw fix it, but I can fix it a little bit. Changing up the pose. It's shoulders and hips. I always have trouble knowing how to connect. Oops. starting to look more like a slime girl than a water elemental. Try to add some transparency. I don't know if this conveys water as well as I feel like I wanted to, but I'm not using any reference, which is my mistake. My bad. Kind of winging it. That looks like a water elemental, right? Yeah. Somewhat. Go with that. Wet Lash. A water elemental that looks like an elf. Made entirely of water. Interesting. Never heard of one. But now we kinda got one. I don't have space for the devil whale. What should I draw? Like a little bit of space here left. Let's see. Actually, even if it's not super big, let's draw what the devil whale might be like. We'll move this out of the way. Whale, I imagine, kind of like a humpback whale. Let me look up what's a humpback look like. I really like the shape of the humpback, which, counter to its name, isn't super hump. Like, it doesn't really have a hump. Not as bad as people make it out to be. Maybe it kind of does. Maybe it's all relative. Like, what a weird shape this whale is. Drawing animals is kind of hard, actually. Something I've never really been too good at. The few times I have been able to, I really just toot my own horn. Stomach. Right into the tail. This is like a little bump on the forehead. We have a little snout, followed by Rounded back. A little fin here for I don't know what. And I'm basing this off of a humpback. Then continue on with the tail. Okay. So I said the devil whale had the head of a bull. So I'm not gonna like make it a full bull head, rather keep a lot of the whale like shapes. I think I'm just gonna draw horns on a humpback. It already looks kind of bull-like though, right? I actually really like drawing horns. I'm not good at it, but I like characters and stuff with horns. Shorten this snout a little bit. Make it a little bit more cow-like. This pattern here. It's cool. Rule of cool always wins. Nose ring. What speaks bull more than nose ring? With a... I love like trailing eye lasers. Features like their flippers are all messed up. I don't know why. Barnacles? Like a little jagged. Swimming through the sea. Ready to mess up whatever it sees. The devil whale. That's not bad. Actually, it took very little to make the head look more bull-like. Well, that's not exactly how I was expecting my drawing session to go today, but a pleasant surprise nonetheless. Actually, I want to fill in this little corner. What do I fill it in with? I'll fill it in with a classic little gray man. What they call classic looking aliens. Big heads, big eyes.我々は宇宙人だ。There we go. Alright. I guess this is my page for this drawing session. Last page from the last time I didn't save. It was just a bunch of like whatever, but this one's art. I'll go ahead and save this and I'll post it up on Twitter. That was good. That was fun. Just rambling on about stuff and then ended up talking about cryptids, drawing cryptids. That was really fun. I'm glad I came home to do a drawing stream. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and alright. Shutting down the stream. Once again, the music that I've been playing throughout the entire thing is the Stream Beats by Harris Heller, the Lo-Fi playlist, official playlist, excuse me, man, that was a lot of fun. And I look forward to the next drawing stream. With that, until next time.